The layout of this video is probably going to be weird because I'm on my phone, and I'm also really tired. But I'm hoping that talking will wake me up a little bit. But it's January 15th, 2026, and I have been knowingly, I guess, or maybe aware that I've been on a walk with God since 2021. I've made a couple videos that are related to what I'm going to be talking about today. And so this is just an update. I think the last video that I made was in 2024, the summer of 2024. God has placed on my spirit and my heart since I was in 6th grade, for whatever reason. I don't know why, but God's put it on my spirit and in my mind and in my heart to have a dream to one day become president of the United States. And it's so crazy for me to say that out loud, but the more time that goes by and the longer that, I have to kind of sit and think about that, the easier it gets to say that. But I know that back in like 2022, really, actually the past several years, really kind of just wrestling with God about this and really trying to just kind of make sense of, is this really from God? Trying to reconcile who I am compared to wherever we have been in the past several years as a country, and reconcile that also with what I think a president the character of a president, and who is qualified to be president or who is not qualified to be president. And historically, that's always been somebody that is a career politician. Most of the time, I think we've had a few rare breeds, but for the most part, they are career politicians. And as time has gone by, and as we continue to evolve and go through things as a country, I'm really starting to realize like why my specific dream hasn't happened yet. Because, and I still think that there's stuff that has to be done. Like we still have to go through some process or whatever for it to make the most sense, or for it to really be time to step into that. If it were to have come true several years ago when I started thinking about it, I wouldn't have been ready, and the country wouldn't have been ready. But the more that time passes, the more I'm starting to realize that, okay, like I can kind of see what God is doing, which is preparing the way and making the path straight. But career politicians are not really the best suited candidate anymore at this particular point. I think that God is making way for the new, and it's got to be somebody that has a strong character, that is really focused on public service and doing the right thing. And I don't know how it could happen, like from just like provision, and because you have to have like a lot of money to be able to campaign. Obviously, I don't know if I'd be working when I would be campaigning. So I know that God is making a way for that. I just don't know what he's doing, but I can like see I can just kind of see the purpose of, and the reason why it's a process. He's preparing the people for the next wave of leadership and the next phase of America. And he's also preparing me and my character and my heart, and just, purifying some of the innate human fleshly desires, trying to get those out of my heart. And I don't know, like, I guess I'm making this video because sometimes I can like put a lot of stress on myself of like, you're crazy. Why would you even think that this would be like a remote possibility? And we continue to go through like trials and tribulations as a country. And I'm like, why do you even want to do this? It's not safe. It's hard work. And I like to take a nap every day. Like, I don't think that I'd be able to take a nap every day in public service. I don't know. So yeah, God is preparing me. It's just coming to realize that it's a process, that God is a God of process. And he's preparing the people and he's preparing me. Oh, and also another thing that I've come to realize over the past several years is that, so originally the dream or the vision started off with being the first female president. However, that has evolved over time to not necessarily be the reason or the main attraction of the vision, but just kind of like a natural byproduct of the vision, and that the actual purpose of the vision is not because of that, to be the first female president. It is for other reasons. Those reasons are TBD.